Well, the man in the middle is Adam Jones, an esteemed referee that you'll be used to seeing in the URC, and an esteemed man alongside me is Alex Gibson, three-time BUCS Super Rugby champion with Hartpury. And it is the men in red who collect on this big night for the Acorns that this Dutch-dimensioned fly half is about to put through this ball.
The 10s just get bigger and bigger, don't they?
.48 metres and then some. Notice serve to Hartpury at the breakdown. And as ever, with a little help of an upright, remains unflustered. And the boots of Keelan Cullen draws parity in the match. It's Hartpury 3, Cardiff Met 3.
Always keep the ball in. Just keep the ball in, don't let it come out. Don't let the backs have it.
Crouch. Crouch. Bind. Set. Elbow lucid.
Hillary breaks. Hillary missiles himself at the Cardiff net line. And one ride around on the shoulder carries Hillary the final step. And at long, long last, we have a try in this battle of the bridge.
Good platform to go off at the halfway.
Line out has been pairing nicely for Hartpury all evening, and in a flash, Ewan Pearce-Jones goes scorching through the heart of the Archers' defence into the 22. To the short side, Hartpury go. Elhart dips his head and looks to torpedo on. A pick through the heart of the ruck from the captain, Matt Hillary. The try scorer turns creator, and Dylan Kutsia, the glad recipient for try number 2. Keelan Cullen. Hammers home Hartpury's dominance in this first half with a further 3 from the tee. And as Hartpury bound off, a slightly more dejected Cardiff Met follow in slow motion. It's half-time at Kingsholm. Hartpury 16, Cardiff Met 3. Being absolutely honest, is this the kind of game that you were expecting? Is this the style of game that you were preparing for?
I certainly didn't expect it to be as intense in the first 20 minutes and on edge. I knew, both teams exceptional at scoring tries and making things happen, but yeah, that 3-all was very unexpected.
Goodness me, that was some arrival by Elhart, who somehow contorted himself into a jackling position but didn't emerge with the ball. And well, here's a new jersey. This is 22, Steph Crimp, and already he's having an impact. Already the Archers are breaking the Hartpury resolve. It took one more pass, but in a flash, Arthur Moore changes the record here at Kingsholm, and the Archers are on target, and they're right back in this one. Well, from close range, as the pack
Onside.
advance again from close range. Just a couple of tackles bounce. Archers looking tired. Hillary full of gusto, refusing to go down without a battle. More back row energy from Elhart. Just a drop of the shoulder and a search for the line. Short the cry. One more plunge to the paint.
No, don't place it. It's short. On the
Still
line.
not there for Hartpury.
Use the line.
If they get it wide right,
Let's
Kutsia
go.
is
Let it go.
completely unguarded.
Yeah.
Instead, they persist with the pick and the go, and eventually the battering ram breaks down the door of the boys from Kingsholm. Could that yellow be the spark that Met need to find a way back into this contest? They're bumped off as they bring the ball down, but someone who isn't bumped, who isn't knocked off course, is Liam Jones, who rifles his way to the line. Met have a second, Hartpury are dragged back in to the wrestle, and the men from across the bridge are right back in it with a key try to present Mayer with the opportunity to close the deficit to 5, which he does emphatically. It's Hartpury 23, Cardiff Met 18. Back from injury himself into the fold. Hartpury work their way into the midfield. Goodness me. There's a real bit of mongrel to the way Rhys Davis drops his shoulder and cannons into other humans.
We pushed him there.
Yeah, he's really stepped it up. Always offering himself up for the carries.
Oh, the Cardiff Met player got stuck in the bottom there. He tried to roll away, but he didn't make sufficient effort. This is consequenceless attacking, but there's always a consequence when Josiah Edward Giro carries. He sets out the simplest of knockdowns for the other captain, Will McCarthy. The captain step up. And the former Bonamine junior, Keelan Cullen. Steps up and drains a peach of a conversion. Nearly every game last season in BSR. And BUCS Mayer simply doesn't miss from that range. Keelan Cullen's not too shabby too. The final act and points go to Cardiff Met, and the boots of BUCS Mayer to snatch a valuable losing point for Cardiff Met. But for the first time in this fixture's history, in the Battle of the Bridge, it is Hartpury who emerge, the warlords of the West. They have vanquished their old enemy, Cardiff Met, in a thriller at Kingsholm. Full time, Hartpury 33, Cardiff Met 28.